Good morning, students. Can you hear me? Okay, good. So last week we have discussed about the fundamentals of the delivery efficiency. So hope you have understood the concepts. Any doubts, any discussions you want to have? So is it all okay? Okay. So today we will discuss three things. So we'll identify the shortcomings. So with regard to our delivery plan, and then we'll see the loopholes, how to plug them, and then we'll compare effectiveness versus efficiency, what is what and what is better. So keeping these things in regard, let's have a review of what we discussed last week. So last week we learned how we can organize the things in terms of what is actionable and what is non-actionable. Accordingly, we can prioritize the actionable things, and the things which were non-actionable, we could either discard them, or we could save them for future reference. And then when that day comes, when that time comes, when then and at that time we can put those things into the actionable list and do accordingly. So if any things which were actionable at the given time, so we could see, like, if I can do the things quickly. If I cannot do the things quickly, then again we could put into some calendar or some timetable or schedule or some action list or project list, and then we could review them at a later stage. So this is what we learned last week. Now in this action plan, so today we will see how we can identify the loopholes. So the first of all, whenever we are doing anything, whenever we are prioritizing things, we have to gather the % of incomplete from information collected so far. So it can be in your inbox, calendar, or bin, etc. So this means that if there is any incomplete stuff, if there is any to-do stuff which you save it for the later purpose, so we have to refer the areas where we have stored that information. Maybe your inbox, maybe your calendar, maybe your recycle bin. And then from that pending to-do list, identify the pending main or subtasks. Now you should empty your RAM every regular intervals, just like you empty the recycle bin, so that you are clear that nothing is pending. So this means that regularly we should check our to-do list, or whatever the location where you save your pending items. You should check them at regular intervals so that you are 100% clear that there is nothing pending. And one thing more, whenever we don't do this practice and whenever we try to remember everything in our mind, then we become burdened, we become pressurized. And when this thing happens, what happens is we tend to feel stressed. Your information collection buckets must be as less as possible, as itself is a big overhead. So this means that you should save your to-do list at one place. You should not do like at college or at office, you are maintaining a notepad. At home or at your hostel, you are maintaining another notepad. And at some third place, when you are out, you are maintaining another to-do list. So this means that your to-do list has become distributed. And when it becomes distributed, the challenge of tracking your to-do list becomes a problem. So the bottom line is, you should maintain a central to-do list so that you have only one to-do list and it should be accessible anywhere, anytime. So I would like to show you this tutorial. Let me check if you can see it. Ashish, can you please play this?
Sure, sir. Hi, welcome to Touch Plus. My name is Todd Blitzer. if you read David Allen's popular book, Getting Things Done, you'll see that he outlines 5 major phases of how you can get things done. And OneNote is great for doing this. And there's 5 major phases of getting things done. Number 1, collect information, process information, organize the information, review the information, and then finally do things. Now, OneNote won't actually do things for you. I don't know, maybe that's coming up in another version, but it'll certainly help you with the first 4. So this will help you not just to sort through everything that you have to do, but also to prioritize everything. So when you actually get to doing things, it's a lot more automatic. So OneNote can help you keep track of all kinds of different types of information, like researching products, keeping info on products you already bought, maybe making notes of websites that you want to spend some time on, articles or books you need to read, maybe meeting notes that you need to review, and of course sound, images, videos, all kinds of things. So I wanted to start by showing you the sections and pages that I have set up in my OneNote. And this is kind of subjective because you may work a little differently than I do. But the important part is how the information flows and how and when you go and attend to everything in there. Now, what I've done here is I have a separate notebook called GTD. And you see here I have these 5 sections. Call them sections, call them tabs. The first one I have here is called Collection. And I think of the Collection tab as kind of a data dump, a triage area where I dump everything into OneNote, and then I come in later and I sort through. It's not a permanent storage area. Things come in, things go out. And in a little while, I'll show you some examples of that. And the next tab I have over here is called Current. And Current is what I use for projects that I'm working on right now. So maybe I have some tutorials to write, I have some websites to do, there's some travel that I have coming up. And one thing that's nice in OneNote is that when you have a section, you have a tab, and you create pages, you can have subpages. Now, something that's new in the 2013 version of OneNote, and also the Mac version of OneNote, is there's no button here to create a subpage. See up here where it says Add Page. If you click that, you'll get a page on the first level. The only way to create a subpage of an existing page is you have to select it, and then Windows press Control-Alt-Shift-N, or on the Mac, Command-Alt-Shift-N. Do that here. And that will create a new subpage. Right-click and delete that. Of course, you can always take pages and drag them to the left to make it a full page, or drag them to the right indefinitely make it a subpage. The other thing also here is when you select the main page, you have this little arrow. You can click that to collapse the section. Now let's take a look at the Review tab. And the Review tab is what I use for things that I need to read or watch and listen to, maybe think about sometime later. I have some marketing ideas, maybe some websites that I want to visit, books to read, articles to read, videos to watch, and so on. You know, one of the categories that David Allen talks about is what he calls Sunday maybe in that section. This is for things that are some point in the future you may or may not even do them. So, for example, I'm thinking of creating a new sign for my office. That's something that's not critical right now. Or maybe I want to build a cabinet or look for vacation rentals. So that's not something that I need to attend to right now. When you've completed a job or a project, you don't want all the information logging up OneNote, taking up space where you need space for current things. So that's why you have an archive. You can see, for example, items that I purchased. I have it there. So that way, maybe if I need to buy some more paper or toner, or I want to buy more coffee, I can just click on those and replace either. Or maybe I'm having a problem with something. You can see here on my computer, and if I have to return it because it's not working or something like that, I have all the information right in front of me. And also, let's say travel that I've already completed. I have all that information there. This is also nice if you need to itemize your expenses and tax time. If you put everything into OneNote, you have it all right there. Also, if I have an area here for scanned correspondence. So let's say I'm doing stuff on old-fashioned paper. I can put it into OneNote. The way I do that is I go up to the Insert tab, and I use Scan Image. and that's my scan. And you can even see the little pop-up help here is telling you that OneNote is actually doing with CR, so it'll recognize the text in the images that you scan. Of course, it has to be in the quality. Now let's talk about the reference section, or as OneNote calls it, a section. Now, if you want to create a new tab, a new section, you can just click the little plus sign here, so it's not a big deal. But if you want a group of them, also this is something that's new in the 2013 version and the Mac version. There is no buttons, there is no item on the tab to create a section group. The only way to do it is put your mouse pointer somewhere over there on the right side, click the right mouse button, and now you can choose a new section group. I'm not actually going to do that. I'll bring you into a reference. So I've done that already. And you can see here, I've arranged my reference in categories that suit me. So I have one section here, one tab for technical notes. So whether it's for Windows 8 or 7, hardware information, I have all of that right here. Websites, these are websites that I want to keep track of, and I have pages here for different types of websites. I do WordPress development, so I have a tab here, and any kind of code that I need, I have it here, so I can simply select code that I need, copy it, and paste it in. And I have another section for other types of source code. So if I'm doing development of JavaScript or something like that, I have all of that. You see there's a little collapsible areas here, and I can go and grab anything that I need. And also because I teach Photoshop, Illustrator, Excel, I have sections separate. Let's go back. I'm going to click this little up arrow so we get back into the main section. And I want to show you the process flow for getting things done in action. And there are three examples I want to show you. One is entering text and graphics directly. Another way is grabbing information from the web page. And the third way I'm going to show you is how to grab info from Microsoft. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the collection section. Now, I can type stuff down. I'm not going to waste your time with that. I've already done it. And I have this page here for business improvement meeting notes. And I've been doing some business improvement discussions with areas, so I have some stuff typed in, some text here, and I have a picture of an Also, you can use tabs in OneNote. There's this little yellow star here. Look in the paragraph and the tab. You see, that's marked as important. If you click this little down arrow here, not this down arrow, but this little down arrow with a hat, that shows you all different types of tabs that. So I simply marked it as important. Other tabs you might want to mark things as GG. I'll just close that up. Now I'm not yet ready to move this page somewhere else. Let's go and collect some additional information. So let's say, for example, I'm teaching a Macintosh course, and I want a list of keyboard shortcuts to get to the class. So I'm going to go to this page here on Apple's website. You can't read that. I'll show you here, bigger text. That's the page that I want. I'm going to select text. The first text up here I don't need. Now I have this title here, OS 10 keyboard shortcuts. I'm going to start. I don't need this text as what a modifier. I'm going to take from this here, and I'm just going to select down to the bottom. And so about there, I'm going to copy the clipboard. I'll press Control C and save that. And I'm going to create a brand new page, and I'll call it. So I could have copied that from the page, but anyway, I'll put it here. I'll paste Control D and leave that. And paste everything in. You see here's a reference to the page that I'm on. Top. And you can see it's all still nicely formatted with tables and special characters and all that. Incidentally, the 2013 version of OneNote does a much better job of keeping the formatting on web pages than the old version. So now let's look at the third way of collecting information, and that's from Microsoft Outlook. A few months ago, I bought myself an iPad Air, and Apple sent me this welcome email with all kinds of info on it. And I'm not ready to look at this and read this right now, but I want to save this for use. So what I'm going to do here is, in the Message tab, I've got this button here for Send to OneNote. Now, on your computer, you're running a high resolution. Send to OneNote might be with that. But I'm just going to click that. And this is, okay, where do you want to put it? So I have a bunch of notebooks here. Here's my G2D notebook. I'll put them with plus sign. And I'm going to put it right here in that collection section. Okay? So after I click it, you see OneNote just pops right up, and here's the email message. The title of the email message is up here. Here's the page. Here's the header info, and if I scroll down, you see here's exactly as it appears in the email itself is now listed page of OneNote. Okay, so we've done collection, we've done organizing, now we'll go and do processing. And reviewing information is something that I'm going to do all the time. So let's start with this email here, welcome to your new iPad Air. This is something that I want to review later. Not way later to put in reference, but sometime maybe in the next week or so. So I'm going to do is I'll put my mouse pointer right there on the page title. I'll right click, and I'll choose move, copy. And you see this is basically the same dialog box that we saw on Outlook just a moment ago. So I'm going to put this in the review section, like that, and see how I can move or copy. I want to move. And now you see it's gone. When I go to the review section, see there it is. Go back to collection. And let's take this with the OS 10 keyboard shortcuts. This is something that I want to keep in reference because it's something that I want to have for whenever I teach. So I'm going to click it, move copy, and I'm going to go to reference CC because it's a section as its own little plus sign, click, and collapse. And I'll put that in techniques. Now, if I want, I can go in, create another tab here just for OS 10. I'll leave it in techniques. It's gone when I go into the reference section. And I go into techniques. See there it is. Always let's go back up. The last one I'll take is this business improvement. Now this time, rather than going through that dialog box, I'll show you kind of an easier way. This is something that's in one of my current projects. So what I'm going to do is instead of right clicking, I'll take it and I'm going to hold down the mouse, I'm going to drag to have a little forehead arrow, and I'm going to drag it onto the current tab. And notice when I'm still holding down the mouse button, as long as I'm holding down the mouse button, it pops up. I can let go. Down there. That's just another way of moving the page around. So you can see that the system of getting things done is a good framework. Keeping a handle on all of your information. It lets you set priorities and work with them the way you want and how you want. And all of the moving around pages like I just did, this is something that I will do maybe once a day. Let's say in the morning. If you're very busy, you might find you're doing it twice a day. That's entirely up to you. And OneNote is flexible. So if you find that these tabs aren't exactly working for you, maybe you want a section for something rather than just an individual page, you can do that. You can change it around anytime you want. You can use OneNote however it's for you. So I hope you found this helpful, and I wish you the best of luck with it. Once again, my name is Bob Blitzer, and thanks a lot for watching.
So this was a tutorial on Microsoft OneNote for getting things done. So Microsoft OneNote is a very good tool to organize your day-to-day work, hour-to-hour work, week-to-week work, month-to-month work, or maybe any plan for the long term. And Microsoft OneNote has the capability of, connecting to the OneDrive, and you can have a central repository and you can access it whenever you are connected to the internet at any place. And this is a tool which helps organize the stuff effectively and also helps plugging the loopholes. Now my question to you guys is how OneNote you understand from this YouTube video, how it helps in plugging loopholes. Any answers? Any answers? How OneNote helps in plugging the loopholes? What you have understood from this tutorial? Anyone?
understood this tutorial? Yes or no? No, sir. Tell it not.
So what's the
Hello.
answer? Yeah.
So they have not understood the tutorial actually.
They have not understood because they have never used Microsoft OneNote. So what I will advise these guys is now you go whenever you find time or maybe after this class, you go to your laptops or PCs, whatever you use, and open Microsoft OneNote and see what are the capabilities of OneNote and how it helps to organize your work. So take it as a running assignment and do it yourself. We will discuss Microsoft OneNote in the next session in detail. So what this tutorial shows is you can create tabs, and inside the tabs you can create pages, and each tab can be a action which you want to perform. Each tab can be a reference which you want to refer at a later stage, and each tab can be a priority list of actionable items which you can refer as and when required. So Microsoft OneNote is a shorthand tool which can be used to document such type of information. So there is another link which gives you the complete tutorial on OneNote. So I have pasted that link in the slides itself. So you can refer to the link to understand Microsoft OneNote in a better way. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So don't use Notepad, don't use your mobile phones, rather use OneNote and access OneNote on your mobile phones also. There are mobile apps which lets you access your laptop contents onto your cell phone via OneNote. So you can use this mechanism and you will really admire this when you become habitual of, because it will help categorize your items appropriately. So this is another link for the OneNote guys. You can refer to this link later stage. It's around 1 hour tutorial, and just see that what it says, and we can discuss it further in the next session. Okay, moving next. So there are two topics, two definitions with regard to your efficiency and effectiveness. So efficiency means like, so first of all, whenever we want to do the whenever we want to achieve the delivery efficiency, so initially we said that we must be effective and we must be efficient. What does actually it means? So efficient means performing or functioning in best possible manner with the least waste of time and effort. But whatever we are doing in the best possible manner, whether that thing is achieving our goals or not. So when we say that whether this thing is achieving our goals or not, this in some other sense means whether we are effective or not. So this means effectiveness is adequate to accomplish a purpose producing the intended or expected result. We can be efficient, but whether that efficiency is helping us in meeting our goals or our target is what I mean by effectiveness. Now the question arises whether we shall be efficient or we shall be effective. Which is most important? What does your thought process say? Any answers?
Which one is better, effective or efficient? Efficient. Like, they are saying it's efficient. You are saying both are equal.
Hello.
Yeah.
So some students are saying that it is efficient, but some are saying both are efficient.
So actually both are required, but effectiveness is the concluding point when we want to check whether our goals are met or not. Because we can be efficient, but if we don't have our goal defined, this means we are not effective. Although we are efficient, but we are efficient in some random direction. Because efficiency means functioning in a best possible manner so that we don't waste time and we don't waste effort. But whether we are effective means whether we are able to achieve our goals with while being efficient is the question. So effectiveness is the climax, efficiency is your capability to achieve that climax. So in technical terms, the difference between effectiveness and efficiency can be summed up as shortly and sweetly and succinctly. Being effective is about doing right things. So right things here means whether we are achieving our goals or not. And while being efficient is about doing things right. So this is the main difference. Right things means whether we are achieving our goals, and whether we are doing things right means whether we are saving time, we are not wasting the effort and time. So this is what I mean by doing things right. So this is what I actually map this to efficiency. Make sense? Yeah, go ahead, please ask your question.
Anyone any question? No questions.
Okay,
No questions, sir.
all right. So then this means that you have understood this difference clearly. Yeah. So we can map this difference with an example. Let's say last week we took a example that we are going to a journey to some city in, let's say, Rajasthan or area around surrounding NCR, and you are in a car. Your car is moving in the right direction, but your car's mileage is very less. So when I say your car's mileage is very less, so this means that every 30 minutes you have to refuel your car. So this means you are wasting lot of time. This means you are wasting lot of money in refueling your car. So this means that you are not efficient, but you are effective because you are moving in right direction. So this is the difference between the efficiency and effectiveness. So there is a 2 by 2 chart which tells how we are efficient, how we are inefficient, how we are effective, and how we are ineffective. When we pursue wrong goals and inefficient means we are not producing enough and are expensive. This means that neither we are effective nor we are efficient. So this can be thought of, the example can be thought of for this is like we are going in a car and we are not going in the right direction. We are going to some wrong direction, and car is also expensive because its mileage is less and it eats lot of money in that. Now second case can be we are ineffective but we are efficient. So this means pursuing wrong goals but is efficient, not producing enough but low cost. So this means our goals are not correct although we are efficient in doing anything. So this means our car is consuming less fuel, but we don't know which direction to move to. Third case can be we are inefficient, but we are effective. So this means we are pursuing right goals, but inefficient. This means costs are high. So this means car eats lot of fuel, but we know which city we have to go to. So this is the case when we are inefficient, but we are effective. So this is the best case when we are both efficient and effective. This means we are pursuing right goals and we are efficient. So what is the consequence of this? Our return on investment will be high and will be cost efficient. So this means our car is eating less fuel. We are not stopping much on the road. We are going at the right speed in the right direction. So our return on investment will be huge in that case. So whenever you want to identify the difference between efficiency and effectiveness, you can refer to this chart and to the car example. Make sense? Now, how efficiency and effectiveness connect to delivery or getting things done? Can you explore any answer onto this right now? Any answers?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Hi.
as as per my understanding, if we want to deliver a product or good to any customer, at that moment we are knowing our goal that we have to deliver our product to that customer at that particular location. But
Okay.
for reaching to that particular option, if we are taking the shortest path, and there are too many paths, and if we are taking that path which will consume less time duration, then we are efficient at that moment. We are consuming less time and reaching to the customer and deliver the product in a very few hours, or we can say we will take less time. So we are on the right path, and we are effective at that moment and as well as efficient.
So how you claim that you are efficient?
So efficient in that manner that we have taken the shortest path by which we can deliver our product on time.
What do you mean by
And
path in this case?
sir, I'm talking that e-commerce industry where we have to deliver the product to a customer. Like in e-logistic company, they deliver the product to the customer when they order.
So, but that is in-time delivery. But how you claim that your delivery is efficient? Efficient also means quality here. Whether your delivery is quality one or not. Well, means delivery means product in this case. If you are delivering a quality product in time, then you are efficient and effective both. Do
But the
you? Yeah.
quality of that product will be checked when the product is packed now. And for assuring that product will reach without any damage and all, we will took that part which is safer, and which the road is very good, which we have
No,
identified,
that's
and we
okay.
set.
So, but when you are shipping let's say a Chinese mobile phone, which has no guarantee of quality, so in that case, these things are violated. You are not effective. You are not effective in quality.
So, sir, at that moment, but the quality can be checked now at the time of packaging. So, we are only delivering the product. At that moment, we will ensure the reaching on time, and it will take care of that product will not get damaged over there
So if it is
during
just the
that process.
delivery path, then might be whatever your role is makes sense. But overall product quality has to be ascertained because you are a distributor or a retailer, and you are collecting a product from some company and you are delivering it to some customer. If customer is not happy in some sense, uh, definitely you will be blamed by the customer that so and so guy has given me so and so product and it was not good. So I will not go to that seller now again. I will find some other seller who delivers quality products. In that case,
Yes,
your
sir.
on-time delivery, whatever you have done, that may get impacted because the customer will not come to you again.
That's it. Continue.
Make sense?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. So next thing is he was highlighting fast operations, how we can do fast operations. So here fast operations means in-time delivery. Fast operation means no transportation defects, no bugs in the product which you are selling. And apart from this, there are some guidelines which we need to follow whenever we have to do the fast operations. The first one is the focus, second one is the well-stocked workplace, and third one is the consolidated schedule. Now, these basic guidelines should every time be taken into consideration whenever we are doing the fast operations. Whenever we are performing any work, let's say we are performing any work on our computer, we must focus on the work. If there are any distractions, we try to eliminate them. Now my question to you guys is, whenever you feel distracted, how you eliminate that distraction? So how you eliminate distractions, whether you are in office, you are in work, or you are at home, what is your strategy to eliminate distractions? So let's say you are attending a lecture. Let's say you are attending this lecture right now, and someone is listening to me, and some other guy is speaking who is neighboring to that guy. He's disturbing you. How will you eliminate this distraction? What will you do? So what are the possible options with you? You want to listen to the lecture and some other guy is disturbing you. So because of this, you are getting distracted and you are not able to focus on the lecture. What will you do?
What are the options you are having? That's what he's asking.
Guys, speak one by one. I am not able to understand.
What are the options you have?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, I will. No, I will ignore them.
But is it the best option?
But in class, we can't do anything. Otherwise, I will ignore them or I will change my place.
Right. So these are the things which you will do in the college or in the class. But now let's say you are in office. What will you do? You are sitting on your seat and doing something, and you have something in your mouth, and there are guys surrounding you who are making noise. What will you do? Now there are two problems in this case. One is the surroundings. Second is you yourself.
I will listen them and I will not react. The first and the second that
You will not eat food while working
okay, sir.
because you are also eating something. This is also distraction. Sometimes you are working and you are focusing on the laptop, and sometimes you are admiring the food is very tasty. And let's have another bite. So this is a type of distraction which you will have and which will affect your efficiency and effectiveness. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Second thing is at your workplace. So whenever you feel like you have a lot of work to do and you are at a position in which your capacity allows you to delegate some work, you can delegate some work to your colleagues. So if you do so, you will be less burdened, and whatever work you do after delegation, that will be more efficient. So this is another guideline which we need to follow while doing the fast operations. Third thing is whenever you are having meetings in the office, so what you need to do, when you give a presentation in college, what you do first? So what's the first slide in your presentation? I don't understand anything. Please speak one by one. So what is the first slide in your presentation? Exactly. So the first slide is agenda. Now the question is why we put first of all agenda in our presentation. What is the need? I don't understand anything. Any one guy can speak up, please. Any one guy can speak up, please.
So we keep agenda at the first so that all of the people who are present at that meeting will concentrate on that, and everyone will put some input in the conversation, and
You're
we
right.
will reach to a conclusion.
Right, that's true. So we keep agenda first of all so that our meetings are kept lean. Lean means to the point and they don't eat extra time. And then we invite smaller number of people if possible. Why do we do that? So why we invite small number of people?
लोगों को क्यों बुलाते हैं? बाकी सब बैठा हो
So no answer so far. So we invite small number of people because if we invite a large crowd, then the objective of the meeting will be. Yeah, anyone saying something?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, if invite small number of people, because there, if we invite large number of people, there are many distractions will
You're
available.
right. Yes, that is the intent. Because more people, more views, more observations may be related to the meeting or out of the meeting, and distractions will come in, and the objective of meeting will not be accomplished. Third point, keep PPT slides to a minimum. Why?
Why do we make presentations? तो दुनिया से मजाक करने आया हूँ मैं सबको मैं दे रहा हूँ.
So why we keep PPT slides to minimum? So this is important point, guys, because whenever you will be making your project presentations, you will be asked to keep your PPT as concise as possible, because when we have large number of PPTs, people who are listeners, they will become overwhelmed, and they will be having lot of information which is difficult to absorb in a small time. So in order to convey as much as information possible, we must keep our PPT slides to minimum, and we must put more pictures than the textual information, because images convey more information than texts. Make sense? So this is one thing we should take care of while we want to do the faster operations. So this is important. So I would like to know from couple of guys, like, what do you mean by workplace drama and how you can avoid it?
Do you have any ideas about workplace?
So workplace drama means you are getting more emotional, you try to give explanations, you try to establish relationships. All these things which have no scope at workplace should be always avoided. You should behave like a professional, where there are no relationships. You are working like colleague, and you don't bring in emotions, you don't bring in unnecessary explanations, you don't bring in unnecessary gossips, you don't bring in all that stuff. So this is what I mean by workplace drama. If you are doing this in office, you are not going to succeed. Second thing is workplace conflicts and workplace sabotage. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by workplace conflict?
All of you cannot go
Hello?
together a cultural program in this college.
Hello?
Because
Tell me please.
Yes, sir. So workplace conflict means people are not agree with the views of other peoples.
You're right. Now, how workplace conflict hampers our fast operations? So workplace conflict affects fast operations and effectiveness and efficiency. Whenever we have conflicting views in our team, the goal which we are pursuing may not be achieved. We will have lot of distractions because we have conflicting views. What will be the outcome? Our efficiency will go down. When our efficiency goes down, the effectiveness towards the achievement of the goal will get affected. And when this happens, so the speed with which we are working is also get impacted. And what do you mean by workplace sabotage? What do you mean by sabotage? So what do you mean by sabotage?
don't know the
So sabotage means threatening others. So we threaten others either by words or by knife or something at the workplace. When such things happen at workplace where we try to threat others, so in that case it creates a lot of distraction and our work efficiency and throughputs get affected. So workplace threat should never be done. If you are experiencing such things at your workplace, you should immediately report to the HR. Is it clear? Apart from the things which we have to take care at the workplace, like we have to keep meetings lean, we have to avoid workplace conflict, sabotage, drama and all that. We can delegate some work. We can avoid distractions which come from ourselves itself. We should eliminate them. There are some personal things which are related to our lifestyle. We must be well rested before we go to work. Now my question to you guys is, if we are fully rested, how we will be more effective at workplace? When you are fully rested, means you have done enough rest, you slept the whole night and you are relaxed now. How we will be more effective at our workplace?
yes.
It's a very simple question, guys. Anyone can answer this.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
If we well rested, next day we can't feel lazy. We can work more efficiency.
Yeah,
Effective
that's
and
right.
efficient.
Yeah, so this is a very simple answer. And when we do exercise daily and we are well rested also, how can we be more effective and efficient? Because rest is okay, you have all the energy, but when you exercise, your energy is consumed. But exercising daily makes us more efficient. How?
Sir, if we do exercise daily, our mind will be fresh and we can very fresh to work next day. I mean
But
that day.
But that's a consequence of taking full rest, right? It's not a consequence of doing exercise. So when we do exercise daily, so we will be having more ideas and thoughts because all our body engines will be active. So resting is putting your body into sleep, exercising is bringing your body into the active state. When you are in the active state, you will be more fertile in your thought process and you will be more efficient and effective in doing the office work. So these are the two basic things which are related to your lifestyle, which you should inculcate in order to be more effective and efficient at your workplace. Third thing is you should keep an elevated mood. Now the question is, what are the implications when your mood is not well and when your mood is very good? So how it will affect your work? Anyone can answer. It's again a very simple question. So how mood affects your work efficiency and effectiveness at office? That is the question.
Sir, if our mood is not good, we can't do work. We become distracted from that.
You are right. So this means that we must try to keep ourselves every time in a happy mood. Even there are problems, we should be having a smiling face. Right? So that is the takeaway from this line. Yeah. Fourth point is you should every time motivate yourself. So what is the meaning of motivation here? You should think about the reasons that led you to do your job in the first place, your life's goal, your dreams, and your vision for yourself. So try to think of your work as a means to an end, that is the end bring being your ideal vision for the life. So this means, first of all, you should work for a job which gives you a lot of motivation. If you're motivated to do a job, eventually your life goal and your vision will be met. But if you're not motivated and you don't want to do the work which you're forced to do, then the level of motivation will be lost. In that case, your effectiveness and efficiency will be impacted. So every time you have to motivate yourself and try to map your work with your life's goal and vision. Make sense? But the question here is, like, many of the people who don't want to do work at office because they are not motivated. Why they are mostly not motivated? Why people are generally not motivated to do a job at office?
Someone taken that from sale. That what leadership is.
Sorry, what's the answer?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. One cannot be motivated if is not interested in the job.
You are right. So 80 to 90% of the public is in a wrong place at right time. So many of the people, they are just forced to do a work because they are not sure what they want to do in life, and eventually they develop demotivation at their workplaces. And this is the major problem in getting things done at a faster pace, and at the same time being effective and efficient. So this means that we must first of all introspect among ourselves what is the right thing for us to do, which keeps us motivated at the workplace. Even if you are stuck at a wrong place because of some or the other reasons, you should daily motivate yourself that you are learning new things in office, which will improve your lifestyle, which will improve your personality, and which will help in getting things at a faster pace with 100% effectiveness and efficiency. If you think so, then life will be easy, otherwise life will be a problem. And final last thing is reward yourself. Whatever you do at your office, you work for some project or you work for some assignment. This assignment is nothing but uh, an accumulation of small tasks, small milestones. When every task or every milestone gets accomplished by you, you should appreciate yourself. Yes, I have done a good job. This will increase your motivation levels, and this will encourage you to do the next level of activity at office. So rewarding is very important at office, at workplace, even when you are studying, you should be appreciated. That is why rewards are there, incentives are there, be it at your college, be it at your workplace. So this is the motivating aspect with regard to your work at any place. So with reward, with motivation comes the satisfaction. So when you are motivated, you tend to feel more satisfied because you have achieved those small milestones and you are rewarding yourself at regular intervals. So you should every time check at regular intervals that if your motivation at work leads to satisfaction. Now, can anyone answer me if your motivation can lead to work satisfaction? How?
सुरेंद्र ऐसा तो बहुत बोलता रहता है यार बहुत
Sorry, what's the answer? What's the answer? Someone was saying something.
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
So, if one is motivated, he would show interest in his work. He would do the work efficiently and effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, that leads to, if he's interested and if he's keen to work more, obviously that shows that he is satisfied.
Right. That's true. So because when we achieve small milestones, the level of motivation keeps on increasing, and those small milestones achievement helps us in achieving our work effectiveness and efficiency and completing our work at office, and this will eventually lead to satisfaction, right? So, this is one thing, employee satisfaction. So there is a thin lining to that. Like when an employee is satisfied in office, 100%, the management will be happy. This person is doing very good. So the management starts expecting more and more from the employee. You know. So in that case, you have to your motivation levels, your enthu levels, they are challenged. And because employee satisfaction also leads to sometimes employee over engagement, because management is giving you more and more tasks, your manager are giving you more and more tasks, your growth becomes very fast, but you are kind of more stressed. So this means that you have to somehow handle this situation very wisely so that you are doing your work properly and you are also not overloaded. When you are overloaded, let's say, then it's a challenge to your satisfaction and motivation level, and you may also start getting distracted more and more. So then the idea of performing operations at a faster pace may get affected. So whenever you feel like you can work up to this much level with 100% effectiveness, efficiency and stuff like that, you should convey this message to your boss or the management that you don't want to take more work because this is your limit, and if you cross this limit, you all these things may get affected, right? Make sense? Then second category is, one thing is you are appreciating yourself. As I pointed in the previous slide, reward yourself. Second thing is whether you are properly rewarded and respected at the workplace. Do you feel that in companies this usually happens? Has anyone having any experience onto this?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So we don't have any work experience yet.
Okay. So I will explain this. So any company, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 company, they have now they have started with the incentive programs. Let's say you have given a work which is to be completed in 1 month, and you do it very efficiently and very effectively. And let's say you finish your work in 20 days. So your management will be happy and they will appreciate you with some, let's say, some awards or some accolades. So which will fetch you some gifts or some money in cash or something like that. For example, in my company where I work in Intel, so we have recognition at workplace. So where we are appreciated with some cash recognition or some vouchers or something like that. In Samsung, they have Employee of the Month award and then Employee of the Quarter award. And in other companies like AMD, so there is another category of awards at the individual level, and there is a hierarchy of awards also, right? So one is a group award, a team award, then you have a gold award which spans across various teams. Then there is a next level which impacts the one group, then department, then product level. So based on how much better you have done at your workplace, so that level of award you will get. And when companies give you such awards, then your motivation level and then your enthusiasm level also increases, and you tend to stay in that company for a longer duration of time. In Samsung, for example, like there are initially some team awards, and then if you have done awesome well, they give you Employee of the Month award. If you have done better beyond this, then they will give you Employee of the Quarter, because you are doing very good month by month. Again, if you are doing very good for the entire year, they will give you Employee of the Year award. So Employee of the Month award or the team award fetches you around some 2000 rupees or some other gift voucher. Employee of the Quarter, the company gives you a mobile phone of your choice. So Employee of the Year, they will give you some better electronic gadget. There actually there's a list of gadgets. Like you can opt for a microwave, you can opt for, let's say, a mobile phone, a TV, LED TV, or things like that. So they will give you that award if you are doing very good throughout the year. So in Intel, for instance, if you are doing very good for consecutive years, they will give you stocks. So as an incentive, they will provide you company stocks. They will give you a tuition fee waiver for your children. And some companies like SanDisk, what they do, they give you travel vouchers to visit any places of your choice across the world. So in SanDisk, if you have done some very good patent, for instance, so they will give you on the spot $5,000 gift worth this gift voucher, and you can shop for whatever you aspire for. So you should the bottom line is you should try to work in the companies where such things are prevalent. Nowadays, in all foreign MNCs and in all Indian tier 1 MNCs, these things have started. For example, the Tata Consultancy Services, they give you gems as and when you do something good. So these gems can be mapped into some few thousands of rupees as and when you want to redeem those gems. So like 5,000 gems or 1,000 gems and stuff like that. So but in some companies, like for instance the tier 3 companies which are yet to evolve companies, this type of mechanism is not so prevalent. I remember there was a company called Keep It Cummins. So uh, when Capit got merged with the Cummins, which is a diesel engine manufacturer company. So this thing was not prevalent, and eventually people started feeling demotivated. And when the management realized that employees are not motivated or enthusiastic about the work, they started this awarding mechanism. So this is very important factor when you are working in an organization, whether you are respected in that organization or not. If you are not respected in that organization, your motivation levels will get affected. And when this happens, the attrition rate becomes more in that company. So generally in India, the attrition rate of around 10% is thought of kind of okay. But attrition of 10% is also challenging in some aspects when you are working on a high-end technology and people are leaving and coming. So in that case, the concept of or the goal of faster operations achievement may not be met. And for us, the takeaway is we must not work for a company where attrition is huge, because in that case, the motivation level, the effectiveness and efficiency will not be respected, and we will be in a very difficult situation in those organizations. Make sense? Any questions so far?
Anyone, any questions? Obviously, there will be none.
So, okay. So, just adding one thing to that, there are peer-to-peer rewards also. So, for example, you are working in a company and you are a team of 10 people, and those 10 people are at the same level. Means everyone is an engineer, or everyone is a salesman, or everyone is an HR manager, thing like that. Now, if your colleague does a very good job, so there is a mechanism in Intel that you can recognize him, and you can tell this to everyone that my colleague has done a very good job, so that is why I am recognizing him for so and so activity. So this is called peer-to-peer recognition, and you should also practice this in your colleges. When you're working in a class, if one of your friends, whenever your mates have done a good job, you should appreciate them by sending an email, or just by standing up and appreciating for him in the class. If you do this, you will come more closer to him, number one. Number two, he will be motivated to do his job more effectively, efficiently. And number three, which is very important, the thought towards life will be more positive. This guy will be more positive. He will stop doing negative things, he will stop criticizing others, and he will become a very remarkable personality. So the thing is, you should appreciate whenever you find anything happening good, either in your environment, in your college, at your home, or at your office. This is a very good strategy to make good friends, to have good social networking, and third, to improve the persons as a personality. So remember this in your life to reward each other. Final thing, keep a check if your progress is on the path of your goals and life's vision. How do you achieve this starting from college? My question to you guys is, why you opted for a management? What are the answers? Why you opted for management? This is a very simple question. I think everyone should be in a position to answer this.
Sir, I have opted this course because I want name, fame, and money in my life.
And do you feel that this is the only way you can achieve this?
No, sir, there are another ways also, but I think, as per my perspective, this is the best way.
Why you think it is the best way?
Uh, because when you entered in the management, at that moment, society recognizes you that yeah, he is doing MBA and all. From the starting, society appreciated him.
So this means you
So
are doing
that's
it
why.
for the society?
No, sir, I want fame, na, so I just get it by entering into it.
No, if you are doing it for the society and you think that society respects who are doing MBA, then this means you are not justifying yourself. You are not honest to yourself. So what you think from inside will give you motivation. If you think that society says MBA is good, that's why you are doing MBA, then I think you are at a wrong place.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. As per my point of view, I opt for management because management is everywhere.
Okay. Then
So
studying a course for management is not required because management is everywhere and you can learn it anywhere.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. But sir, at least we need some foundation for it.
Okay, that sounds valid.
Yes, sir. That's why I choose management, and I know if I have these skills, I can work anywhere in the world.
Yeah, that sounds convincing. But the question to you is, what is your life goal and how it comes from management?
Sir, what is your question?
What is your life goal? What do you want to achieve in life and how it can be accomplished via choosing management?
Sir, life's main goal is to earn money, not more than this.
Not more than this. Then you could have started new business, no?
Sir, but business needs management skill. Without management skill, you can't do your business. If you will start your business and you don't have any management skill, then you will not succeed. And this is what happening in current scenario. Everybody start business that he is doing business, and so I should do. So they fail miserably. And if you have these skills, then you can succeed. You may succeed. There is a higher possibility you may succeed.
You know, the owner of Airtel, Sunil Bharti Mittal, before starting his company, Airtel, what
Yes,
he
sir.
used to do?
No, sir, I don't know.
He used to run a cycle puncture shop at Ludhiana.
Okay,
And now what you are
sir.
saying is against what he did.
No, no, sir. He hired management. I mean, management guy. He don't know management. Management. He had a plan and he hired management guy.
So
And
exactly. So you should have a plan. This is what I wanted to hear from you. So it doesn't matter whether you choose management or not. Only thing is which matters is you should have a plan to achieve your life's vision. Whether this plan comes by studying management, whether this plan comes by running a cycle shop, doesn't matter. You should have a plan and you should be 24 by 7 to working on that plan. And coming to this point, keep a check if your progress is on the path of your goals and life's vision. So this means that whenever you're working for any activity, be it at your office work, be it at home, be it at college or whatever, you should every time cross check whatever I had decided to do, whether that decision is justifiable at regular intervals or not. When I say justifiable at regular intervals, so this means that whether you are achieving those small milestones on your path of your goal. If yes, then it makes sense. If no, then you need to revisit your plan. Now, if you think that doing BBA and MBA will give you lots of money, you should every time check whether you are moving in the right direction or not. Because tomorrow it may so happen that, let's say, the industry is flooded with managers and you still think that management is the best way to earn money. But when you pass out, you see that there are lots of managers and there are no jobs. There is a lot of competition around. When this thing happens, this means that your plan is violated. It is not capable of fetching you a good money. So this is what I mean by line, keep a check if your progress is on the path of your goals or not. If your progress at any point of your check is not on the path of your goals, what will you do? Any answers? If your progress is not on the path of your goals, what will you do? Now you are doing management and you realize now, let's say, whatever you wanted to do is not on the path of your goals. What will you do? What is your backup plan?
No backup plan, sir.
No backup plan.
No backup plan. So this means you are going to fail. You are at risk.
Yes, sir.
So what is the reason you have embraced yourself for such a big risk? Because every minute in the life is important. And if you don't have any backup plan and you are at risk, what will you do? You will simply die.
Sir, at that moment, we can inculcate another skill. Right now, we are doing MBA. We can do another certification courses which is eligible and which can lead us to another jobs and all.
Yeah, that
So
makes
if there is
sense. Yeah, that makes sense to some extent because you are in college and you don't know what you will be doing next. But every time, whenever you are in work, you are at work, you should have a backup plan. Otherwise, uh, if you come to know at a very critical stage that your progress is not on the path of your goals, then you will fail miserably, right? Yeah. So this is what I had for today. So we have discussed so far. Let's have a quick review. We have discussed about how to identify the shortcomings. We can identify the shortcomings by identifying the loopholes as we discussed in the beginning. And how to plug the loopholes, we can make use of Microsoft OneNote. We saw a tutorial onto this. Now this is your assignment to learn Microsoft OneNote more effectively. In the next session, we'll have a quick discussion on how we can and what we can do using Microsoft OneNote. This is an open assignment to you guys to learn Microsoft OneNote. I've shared the link with you guys, and please go through this 1 hour link and try to inculcate as much knowledge as you can. Then we discussed what is efficiency and what is effectiveness, and then we also discussed which one is better over the other. Efficiency means avoiding wastage, and effectiveness means accomplishing the goals. And after then we had a 2x2 chart where we try to see what are the 4 combinations of efficiency and effectiveness, and which one holds significance over the other. And then we discussed about faster operations, how we can do the fast operations, what are the things we need to take care of at the workplace. First of all, we must not lose focus, and there are various reasons we tend to lose focus, and we discussed various categories of that. And then we should have a well-stocked workplace. Means when we have a well-stocked workplace, it leads to distractions. Then when we discussed what we need to do at the office, we have to delegate some work, keep meetings lean, avoid workplace drama, and we also make some improvements in our lifestyle changes. And then we discuss the consequence of having the lifestyle changes. We'll have employee satisfaction. And apart from this, one thing we missed actually is the consolidated schedule. So whatever we are doing at the office, it should be having a proper schedule. If it is not scheduled, again you will end up in the randomness, and when you end up in the randomness, means your efficiency and effectiveness may get impacted. Make sense? So anything whether you are in office or at your college or at your home, it should go in a proper, well organized, time scheduled manner, and every milestone should be mapped to a given timeline. If you map every milestone to a given timeline, then you will achieve all the things in a time ordered manner, which is very important. If timelines are missed, if time schedules are missed, so you will feel more pressured because there will be a work which is to be done at the current time, there will be a backlog, and there will be a next work coming in. So these 3 things will eat up your entire brain energy, and you may feel fatigued soon. So time scheduling, remember you guys, is very important in any aspect of life. Make sense? Yeah. So in next session, we'll discuss about operational discipline, stress management, and resource management. So how we can achieve operational discipline. So this is related to some extent the time management. This is related to some extent in the discipline of doing a work, and this is in some extent related to the work culture in a company. We'll discuss this. This is a very big topic, and we'll discuss about the stress management, how you handle stress, and we'll discuss about the resource management. If you are a team leader or a project manager, how you can manage resources working in your team very wisely. So till then, have a nice weekend and enjoy your Sunday, and please do the worksheets given to you. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir, there is a question which you have left, and I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Please put some light over here.
Sure.
The question is that how workplace conflict will affect past operations. So the conflict will occur at the later stage, and the operation that has already happened, how it will affect, how conflict will affect the past operation.
So workplace conflict means that let's say me and you are working in a team, and I don't like you and you don't like me, right? So what will you do? You will try to make me feel disgraced in office in any of the ways, right? You will try to extract as much information from me so that you can perform better than me. So as a consequence, what will be your focus? Your focus will be fighting with me, criticizing me, not your assignment. And what will happen? You will get distracted. So your speed at the workplace may get affected, and whatever we aspire for, efficiency, effectiveness, and all that, they will not be achieved. Make sense? Any other questions, guys? Okay, then, thank you.